Good morning, friends. Welcome to our online learning video for today. Today is Thursday, May 14th, 2020. First, we're going to go over our online learning rules. 1, play and talk quietly. Even though we are not in the classroom, we are still indoors, so remember to use a quiet voice. 2, share toys and learning materials. Right now, you may be at home with family members that need to use similar materials as you, so remember to be kind and share with them. 3, clean up after yourself. Next time that you want to use something, you will know where to find it if you put it back where it belongs. 4, be kind, listen to your teacher and family members. We have rules because we love you and we want you to stay safe. And 5, try your best. Even when something is difficult, do not give up. Perfect. Morning meeting and morning message. Today is Thursday, May 14th, 2020. Good morning, Pre-K Superstars. Today is Thursday. We are going to see the results for our seed germination experiment. Then we are going to read the book Leo the Late Bloomer. Love, Miss Guzman. Perfect. Last week on Thursday, we did a science experiment about a seed germination. We wanted to see if our bean seed would grow faster and taller if it had sunlight, or if the seed that did not have sunlight would grow faster and taller. So today we're going to look at both of those cups and see which seed germinated faster. We will see if it has roots, if it has a stem, if it has leaves, and if it has a flower. If you have an experiment at home that you've been working on, then maybe you already know what they look like. But I will show you what mine look like in just a little bit. First, we are going to go over our morning meeting. And then we're going to read a book, Leo the Late Bloomer. I have it right here. All right, let's go ahead and move on. We have a lot to do this morning. First, we're going to go over the letter of the day. Look at it, and what letter does it look like? Think, think, think. Exactly, this is the letter Y. And the letter Y says y, y. Make the letter Y sound with me. Y, y, y. Beautiful. Now we are going to sign the letter Y. Y. Beautiful. Now I want you to think, who has the letter Y in their name? Is it in your first name, in your middle name, or in your last name? Is it an uppercase Y or a lowercase y? Let's see. Oh my goodness, so many of our friends have lowercase y's, little y's. I see Haley, Raiden, Kylan, Trinity, Amy, Kelly Alexander, Mia Angeli, Brian, Taryn Payne, and Troy Penny all have lowercase y's in their name. Awesome. Now I want you to see our shape of the day. This one is a little bit tricky because on the picture it looks flat. But in our classroom, we learned about shapes that are not flat, shapes that you can hold in your hand, shapes that are three-dimensional. This shape is three-dimensional. That means that you can hold it, you can touch it, and you can roll it around. It looks like a circle. When this shape is flat, it looks like a circle. But in real life, it is round and it rolls around. Do you remember what this shape is called? Exactly, this is a sphere. Say it with me, sphere. Awesome, sphere. And you may see spheres all around your house. If you have a bouncy ball, a basketball, a baseball, those are spheres. I don't have any bouncy balls at my house, so I don't have a ball to show you, or a sphere, but there are spheres all around us. I want you to look around your house and see if you can find a sphere anywhere. I couldn't find one, but if you have any toys, you might be able to find some. And sometimes a sphere, if it is a ball, is bouncy. All right. And what color is this sphere? Yep, this sphere is red. Look around your house. Do you see anything that is red? Yeah, I'll show you my shoes. I have some Crocs at my house. I wear these as my slippers, and it has a red stripe. It also has a little red thing right here. And I see that this book that I am going to read you, the letters for the title are also written in red. Did you find anything red at your house? Awesome. We're moving on to our number of the day. I see that we have a number 1 and a number 9. When we put it together, what number does that make? Yeah, this looks like the number 19. We have 19 smiley faces. Remember, this tens chart is full. That means that there are 10 smiley faces. On this side, the tens chart is not full. I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 smiley faces on this side. That means that to make the number 19, we have 10 and 9 more. That makes 19. 19 is 10 and 9 more. Let's count to 19 together. Show me 0. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. We almost made it all the way to 20, but we only have 19 today. Beautiful. We're going to sing the days of the week, the months of the year, and then we will do our calendar. Days of the week in 3, 2, 1, 0. Days of the week. 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 There's Sunday and there's Monday. There's Tuesday and there's Wednesday. There's Thursday and there's Friday. And then there's Saturday. Days of the week. 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 Beautiful. Yesterday, when I talked to you on Zoom, it was Wednesday. If yesterday was Wednesday, let's find out what day is today. There's Sunday and there's Monday. There's Tuesday and there's Wednesday. There's Thursday. Exactly. Today is Thursday. Great job. Now for months of the year. Months of the year in 3, 2, 1, 0. January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. Come on, you try. Great job. And remember, right now our month is May. It is still 2020, and we figured out that today is Thursday. Yesterday was day 13, and after 13 comes 14. Today is day 14. Let's say the dates together. Today is Thursday, May 14th, 2020. And remember, I told you about this on Zoom yesterday, but I circled the day 16 because that will be our very last day of pre-K. That is when we will have our pre-K promotion. So that will be a time where we can sing our kindergarten ready song together, and I will say lovely things about you and about how big your brains are. And then you will go to kindergarten after summer break. And that is so, so exciting. So I circled it because that is a very special and important day. All right. Kindergarten ready song. Yep, after this, I will show you my plants, and then I will read you the story. Kindergarten ready song in 3, 2, 1, 0. We do our work to learn. We work to grow our brains. We will be kindergarten ready. Fantastic. For our cheer today, we are going to do a mirror cheer. Mirror cheer in 3, 2, 1, 0. Looking good, looking good. All right. This is just a refresher about our seed germination experiment. Remember, germination is when a seed grows roots and a seedling. A seedling is a little plant. For our seed germination experiment, the materials, the things that we needed were bean seeds, 2 jars or cups. We needed sunlight, paper towels, water, a writing utensil, and paper. The procedure, the steps for our material, the procedure are the steps that we followed in our experiment. When we gathered all materials, we put 3 wet paper towels inside of every jar or cup. We placed 2 bean seeds on the edge of the cup. We placed 1 jar by a window so that it would get sunlight, and we placed the other cup in a dark space so that it would not get any sunlight. Throughout the week, we put a little bit of water in the cup so that the paper towels would stay wet. On day 1, we recorded our observations. I wanted you to look at the cups and draw what you saw. You probably saw the little bean seeds that had not grown. They did not have roots and they did not have a seedling on day 1. Today is day 7. We're going to record how they look now. I asked you to make a prediction. A prediction is when you stop and think about what is going to happen. I asked you to make a prediction about which plant would grow quicker and why you think that it would grow quicker. Maybe you thought that the plant in the sunlight would grow quicker. Maybe you thought that the plant in the dark would grow quicker. Then I asked you to think about which plant you thought would grow taller. Is the plant in the sunlight going to grow taller? Or is the plant in the dark going to grow taller? Why do you think that? And then this is the chart that I asked you to make observations with. What do you see in the jar with the sunlight? Maybe you saw 2 little bean seeds that had not grown. On day 7, I want you to draw what you see now. All right, I am going to stop sharing my screen so that you can see me bigger and I can show you my bean seeds. All right, here are my 2 cups. First, I am going to show you the plant that grew in the dark, the one that did not have sunlight. Here is a plant that did not have sunlight. As you can see, it's pretty tall. It's pretty tall. I see a stem and I see some roots. Let's see. There you go. Can you see the roots? These stringy things, those are the roots. But I want you to look at this plant. Does it look green to you? No, it looks kind of yellow. And remember, we grew 2 seeds. Here is the first one. Now let's look at the other one. Did that bean seed grow at all? No. I don't see any roots and I don't see any stem. It looks like the full bean seed. This other bean seed did grow. If we look at the top, let's see if I can show it to you. If you look at the top, you can see that the shell of the seed is still on the plant. Do you see any leaves on here? No. I see roots. There they are, roots and a stem, but no leaves. All right, now I am going to show you the one that grew in the sunlight. Here is the plant that grew in the sunlight. I see the roots right there. I see that the shell came off of this plant. And here is the top of the plant. Ooh, do you see that leaf right here? Yep, there it is. This plant grew a leaf. And do you see that this plant is more green? This one does not look yellow. This one is green. Now let's look at the other plant. There it is. It looks like this seed is starting to grow some roots and a little seedling. This green is a seedling that is starting to grow out of the seed. That's awesome. All right, now I'm going to show them to you right next to each other. Do you see that this one looks green and this one looks kind of yellow? It's a little difficult to show. Let me see. Do you see that? This one looks more green than this one. Yeah, the one in the sunlight is more green, and let's see, does one of them look taller than the other? The green one looks a little bit taller. Do you see that? Yeah, just a little bit taller. And remember, when we looked at the second seed, only the one in the sunlight is starting to grow. This one is starting to grow. This one is not starting to grow. All right. One more thing. I want to take it out of the cup so that you can see the roots really good. Oh, it's a little bit stuck. I'm trying to get it out, but it's stuck onto the paper towel. Whoop. There we go. It's a little bit hard to see sometimes, but yeah, I'm not going to be able to take it out. So I apologize. I really wanted to show it to you, but it looks like that's not going to really work out. It's okay. You still were able to see it, and it looks really cool. All right. I hope that you recorded your observations in your sheet. Let me share my screen with you one more time. Sharing screen. And there we go. This is the chart that I recorded on day 1. Remember, we didn't have any plants yet. On day 7, today, the jar with the sunlight grew one tall plant and one little seedling, a little plant. They both have roots. The jar with no sun grew one tall sprout, a taller plant, but remember that one was not very green. It was a little bit yellow. And the other seed did not grow any sprouts and it did not grow any seedlings. It looks like a bean seed that has not grown at all. All right, and for our results. The results is what happened in our experiment. I'm going to read it to you. It says, the bean seeds germinated in both jars. Remember, germination is when a seed grows roots and a seedling, a little plant. However, the bean seeds that grew in the sunlight are more green and grew a leaf. Remember, this one is more green and it grew a leaf. Right there, you can see it. The second bean seed is beginning to germinate in the sunlight jar, but not in the other jar. So it looks like the seeds in the jar with sunlight grew better than the seeds in the jar with no sunlight. I want you to stop and think. Does the bean seed need sunlight to grow into a strong and healthy plant? All right, and now it is time for our story. I believe we still have quite a bit of time, and this story is kind of short. So here is my book, and I am going to stop sharing my screen so that you can see the images better. All right, here it is. This book is called Leo, the Late Bloomer. That is the title of our book. Here is the front cover, back cover, spine, and this special page is the title page. All right. The title of this book is Leo the Late Bloomer by Robert Kraus, pictures by Jose Arrego. All right. The author is Robert Kraus. That's the person that wrote the words. And the illustrator is Jose Arrego. And the illustrator draws the pictures. All right. On the front cover, what do you see? Yeah, a group of animals. I see a snake, a crocodile or an alligator, a bird, an elephant, a tiger, and maybe an owl. I wonder which one is Leo. Because remember, this book is about Leo. Leo, the Late Bloomer. This way. The Late Bloomer by Robert Kraus, pictures by Jose Arrego. Maybe the tiger is going to be Leo. I'm seeing the tiger again. I think that is Leo, the main character in our story. Remember, a character is somebody that is in our story, a person in our story. All right. Leo couldn't do anything right. Oh no, it looks like he's stuck in those flowers and in those plants. He couldn't read. It looks like all the other animals are reading. But Leo, on this side, Leo can't read. I want you to stop and think, can you read? Maybe some of you can't, but maybe some of you can, just like the other animals. And if you don't know how to read yet, I bet you're going to learn really soon. He couldn't write. He couldn't draw. There is Leo. Down here and over here. It looks like all of his other friends can write their names and they can draw a picture. But Leo is having a hard time writing and drawing. He hasn't learned how to yet. He was a sloppy eater. What do you notice about Leo in this picture? Yeah, it looks like he crushed all of his grapes and made a little bit of a mess. Put your hand on your head if you have ever made a mess while you're eating. Yeah, sometimes I make a mess when I'm eating cupcakes. Sometimes I get frosting all over my mouth. But it's okay. I just clean it up and then I'm good as new. Oops, I'm sorry, I kicked the table accidentally. Next page. And he never said a word. I see his owl friend saying, hoot. His elephant saying, chirp. The snake friend saying, hiss. The bird saying, peep. The alligator saying, crunch. But Leo does not say anything. Look at Leo's face. How does he look? Maybe a little sad or a little bit mad. Yeah, he hasn't learned how to do all of those things yet, but it's okay. I bet that if he works really hard, he's going to learn how to do it just like all of his friends. Ooh, I see some more tigers. I wonder who they are. What's the matter with Leo? Asked Leo's father. Nothing, said Leo's mother. Leo is just a late bloomer. Better late than never, thought Leo's father. These are Leo's family members, his mom and his dad. His mom says that Leo is a late bloomer. A late bloomer is someone who takes a little bit longer to learn how to do something. Sometimes we can all be late bloomers. Sometimes it's not easy for us to learn how to do everything, and it takes us a little bit more work to get it done. But I bet that Leo is going to learn how to do all of those things. It might just take him a little bit longer than all of his friends. Every day, Leo's father watched him for signs of blooming. Here is Leo playing, and his dad is watching him behind the plants. And every night, Leo's father watched him for signs of blooming. Here is Leo. And who do you see back here? Yeah, it's his dad. His dad is watching to see if Leo is going to start learning how to do all of those things. Are you sure Leo's a bloomer? Asked Leo's father. Patience, said Leo's mother. A watched bloomer doesn't bloom. So Leo's father watched television instead of Leo. Leo's father, his dad, is starting to get worried because he doesn't see that Leo is learning how to do all of these things faster. But his mom says, wait, patience. He is going to learn how to do it, but you need to give him a little bit more time. So his dad says that he's going to watch television instead. But what is he actually doing? Who is he watching? I see his eye, and it looks like he's still watching Leo. The snow came. Leo's father wasn't watching, but Leo still wasn't blooming. Ooh, it looks like all of Leo's friends are playing in the snow with Leo. And it looks like they're building snow animals. Except for Leo. Leo is chasing a bunny. Earlier this year, during winter time, it snowed. And some of you may have played in the snow. Put your hand on your nose, your finger on your nose if you played in the snow. Yep, I played in the snow too. It was a lot of fun. I love playing in the snow, just like Leo and all of his friends. There we go. The trees budded. Leo's father wasn't watching, but Leo still wasn't blooming. Ooh, now it's springtime, and it looks like there are flowers growing on the plants. It looks beautiful. Then, one day, in his own good time, Leo bloomed. Leo bloomed. That means that he learned how to do all of those amazing things that his friends were doing. He could read. Oh my goodness, Leo is starting to read books. And he looks so happy. Look at his face. That's awesome. He did such a great job learning how to read. And all of his friends are hearing him read the stories to him. Yeah, in a little bit longer, you may be starting to read stories too. You might be reading books to your family and your friends, and that will be so fun. He could write. Leo is having a blast writing on this page. I know that you can write because I've seen you write your name at school. That's awesome. Give yourself a big pat on the back because you already know how to write your name. And if you're still working on it, that's okay too. Because guess what? When you keep practicing, you're going to learn how to do it. He could draw. Leo is drawing a beautiful picture of a girl. You may practice drawing at your house too. We practice drawing at school, and when you go back to kindergarten, you're going to have so many opportunities to learn how to draw even more elaborate pictures. He ate neatly. Now, Leo the tiger is eating neatly. He is not making a big mess when he eats. He's eating slowly, and he's putting all of the pieces in his mouth. He's not spilling them, and he's not getting them all over his face. Even if you get food all over your face sometimes, it's okay, because all we have to do is take a napkin and just wipe it off. He also spoke, and it wasn't just a word, it was a whole sentence, and that sentence was, everybody's waiting to hear what he has to say, his family and his friends. Let's see what he says. I made it. The end. Oh my goodness. Leo said, I made it. He says, I made it because he's so proud of himself. He worked really, really hard to grow his brain and to practice using his muscles so that he could read, so that he could write and draw, and so that he could talk. Yeah, just like you in pre-K. In pre-K, you did all of those things. You practiced how to look at words and identify the letters, because the very first step to reading is knowing what every letter in the alphabet looks like. You also practiced to write your name, and you practiced drawing pictures during writing time, and at lunchtime you practiced eating neatly, just like Leo. And in kindergarten next year, you're going to keep learning even more things. And if you still need help practicing on some of these things, like writing and reading, you're going to have a lot more time to do that in kindergarten. And I'm so proud of you. All right, I am going to share my screen with you one more time. Sharing my screen. Let's see, it's loading a little bit. There we go. And, oh no, I'm sorry, it's a little bit slow. There we go. I want you to stop and think. Why do you think that Leo bloomed later than all of his friends? Do you think it's okay for some of us to learn things slower and faster than others? Yeah. Sometimes you might be really good at something and you might know how to do it really, really fast, but sometimes it might take a little bit longer, and that's okay too. And I want you to think about what happened when Leo finally bloomed. What were all of the amazing things that he learned how to do when he bloomed? Do you know how to do any of those things? All right, and closing circle. We are going to sing our goodbye song, and then it will be time to go. Goodbye song in 3, 2, 1, 0. It is time to say goodbye to all my friends. It is time to say goodbye to all my friends. It is time to say goodbye. Give a smile and wink good night. It is time to say goodbye to all my friends. Beautiful job learning today. I hope that you enjoyed seeing our plan to grow and finishing the experiment, and that you enjoyed reading about Leo the Late Bloomer. I think it's a great book. I hope that you thought so too. Tomorrow is Friday. That means that we will be meeting on Zoom, and I am really excited to see you tomorrow and get a chance to talk to you. And as a reminder, our pre-K promotion is on Saturday. I sent out an invitation, and I'm excited to see you at our pre-K promotion as well. Thank you for watching this video. I will see you soon. Bye, friends.